Hey guys, in this video, we're going to look at the top 10 champions to carry with in rank. There are over 150 champions in League of Legends now, so picking this list was hard. My basic criteria was to find champions that could get a lead on their own without a tremendous amount of team play, and then use that lead to 1v5. Just a fair warning, there are a lot of assassins and bruisers on this list because of the nature of those champions, and not a ton of ADCs or supports. That is not to say you cannot carry with those champions, it just takes some more sophisticated team play in order to pull them off instead of rolling your face on your keyboard. I also have a couple of ties at some of the positions, so technically this list has more than 10 champions, but let me know in the comment section below what your list is, and if you enjoy the video and want to see more, make sure to hit that like button. But before we get into it, I want to shout out the sponsor of today's video, Ace Defender. Ace Defender is a high quality SRPG masterpiece combining authentic turn-based RPG battle with tower defense elements. The game has a traditional RPG solo storyline with over 40 chapters. The story is about a rebellion in the Dragon Clan that threatens the balance of good and evil in the world. The hero is a silver dragon princess that escaped with the creation crystal to the human lands. There she awoke the crystal and summoned heroes to fight evil with your help. In the game, there are over 5 hero factions: Divine, Demon, Shadow, Nature, Light, with deep hero background stories. Starting with 48 heroes, there are now 2 new heroes released every 2 weeks. You can level up, combine heroes, and equip gear to create a powerful lineup. There are a couple of gameplay modes in Ace Defender. There's a 1x, 2x, or 4x gameplay modes to speed up or slow down the action. There's also a solo mode called Expedition. There's PvE to explore dungeons and regions, PvP to fight against other players within your server with the multiple lineups that you create with your heroes. And the new users who download the game from the link in the description will get 10 Royal Recruit tickets after completing levels 2 through 8. So if you guys are interested, this game is awesome. It's so chill and fun to play. So if you want to go check it out, click on the top link in the description below. All right, coming in at rank number 10 of the top champions to carry is Samira. Many people would put Vayne or Draven here for an ADC, but I think that Samira is really good at getting a lead in lane with her insane all-in potential, and she does really well when paired with the next champion on this list. Her dash makes her incredibly slippery and allows her to get in and out of fights easily. She also has a 360-degree Yasuo wind wall, so yeah, that helps occasionally. Finally, Samira's ultimate is insane. Even if she's behind, she can absolutely 1v5 an entire team fight and destroy anybody that gets close to her. And she's also great when paired with number 9, Leona. Leona has always been good, but for some reason this season she has become the absolute queen of the bot lane. Her all-in ability is insane because she can chain 3 stunts together for total ADC lockdown, and with supports basically becoming second junglers, getting early Mobies allows her to roam with her jungler to help those lanes get ahead so they can carry you later. The only reason she isn't higher on this list is because the later stages of the game are hard for her, but at that point you're hoping that your all-ins and roams paid off so that your team can finally chip in and do some damage and carry you to victory. She was the only support on this list, but it was important for me to add her because support is very OP when played properly, so don't be afraid to play this role and use Leona to get some free low. Coming in at number 8, we have Sett. Even though the top lane meta has shifted 40,000 times in the last 2 years, one thing has stayed the same: Sett is the big boy in town. Whether he's laning against other bruisers, tanks, or random off-meta picks, he wins. His shield is way too good, his W does way too much true damage, and his ultimate can disrupt an entire team fight. This man is a tanky duelist bruiser tank-like champion that can single-handedly win lane, fight off 1v2 ganks, and is also a great contributor to Dragon and Baron fights. If you want a consistent champion who you can carry within the top lane, then Sett has the stats and the abs to do it. I'm so sorry. Hey guys, real quick, if you want to get better at League of Legends and get the specific information you need to climb to Diamond and beyond, check out my course, The Ticket to Diamond Blueprint, below. You have 1 week left to get access for $35 off using the code Season11. So if you want to binge some content in order to get your dream rank before the season ends, or get a head start for the best strategies to climb in solo queue this spring, then make sure to check it out in the link in the description. At number 7, we have Echo. Echo is a great jungler and can snowball off a couple of kills very easily. Dark Seal into Magi's is a great buy on him because your ultimate can save you when you get low, and Zanya's is one of your core items. This plus Dark Harvest is a great pairing that allows you to one-shot anyone you want every couple of seconds. Another thing that is incredibly annoying about Echo is that he gets an insane speed boost every time he procs his 3-stack passive. Once this happens, he can easily catch up to someone and finish them off, or run away and preserve his stacks. Along with his E-dash that can go over walls and his Q that slows, he really is one of the most annoying champions to kill. I played Graves in this matchup plenty of times, and it's not that Graves hard loses the matchup, but it's annoying to try to kill Echo without any CC because of his survivability and his tendency to never ever die. If you want to run around the map and get kills and never die, then Echo is the champion for you. At number 6, we have Kha'Zix. He is insane at low elo because of his passive isolation. Whenever his target is separated from minions or other champions, his Q does extra damage. This is great for low elo because the amount of people that overextend for an extra wave or don't path safely through the jungle are a lot. He also has a decent amount of CC that helps him get kills. His other passive allows him to slow his target after he has been removed from vision. This allows him to land his Q, and he can practice multiple times by walking in and out of bushes as well as using his ultimate. And if you evolve his W, all of his spikes will slow as well. This is great for team fights and poking out before a major objective. And once Kha'Zix gets any sort of lead, you never feel safe in your own jungle, and you better pad the jungle as safe as possible. But even if you do, you'll still probably get picked off by him. His ultimate allows him to sneak up to his target, auto Q them, and then reposition for another assassination. All of this makes him hard to kill when he's fed and makes comebacks very, very difficult. On top of his carry ability, Kha'Zix is one of the most fun champions to play in the game. Right now, evolving your E isn't totally meta, but if you're crazy ahead or in normals games and just want to have some fun flying around and resetting your jump, then by all means go for it. Kha'Zix is very good at carrying, but doesn't have the raw 1v5 potential as the rest on this list. Okay, next I have two champions because they are very similar, and that's Graves and Kindred. They both have insanely strong jungle clears and scale like there's no tomorrow in the late game. Kindred's ult can save her teammates as she shreds the tanks and assassinates the backline, and Graves becomes a walking nuclear silo because each of his autos will crit for like 1500 damage in the late game. The key to carrying on these champions is to power farm and pick up free kills whenever they pop up. Don't try and force ganks that don't work because they can get countered very easily. Just farm up and stack items and dragons and you'll win during the late game team fights. The fourth best champion to carry within this game is my first main, Jax. He's become a little more quote unquote balanced in the recent seasons, but overall still has the raw team fight and split push potential he has always had. He is sort of an enigma because his weakest levels are 4 through 9. He's great in the early game because of his E, and post level 9 you really start to scale into a monster with your mythic item completed. And if his team needs him to step in and help in a team fight, he's totally able to do that as well and kill everybody involved. But he can also have a huge impact split pushing in his side lane and knocking down some towers and just applying pressure to the enemy team. Take advantage of his strong early levels and look for an easy kill, but other than that, look to farm up and become an absolute monster in the late game. Third on this list is Kayn. Kayn is sort of an unfair champion because you can pick him into squishy teams and also tanky teams, and during the game you decide if you want to be a bruiser, mega healer, or an assassin. And even with that ability, all you have to do to carry is farm your camps when they're up and fight with your team. It's really not that complicated. Once you get that down, you are set to carry on Kayn. Now obviously there is a high skill ceiling here, but Kayn mains relax. His skill floor is very high and bronze players can play him with their eyes closed and find some solo queue success. Just farm your camps, gank every once in a while, and get that free LP. For the silver medal, we're giving it to Riven. Unlike Kayn, second on this list actually requires some practice and skill. The only people really playing Riven currently are hardcore ride or die mains, but I can't complain about that at all. She's a relatively balanced champion when average Joes play her, and when an expert plays her, they can absolutely hard carry a team of primates. Her early game is not as great as people think, and she really only has a power spike at level 6, like basically every other champion, and when she completes her first mythic. Her cooldowns are very high early, so that's the time to punish her. Make sure not to walk too far up in lane because she has tremendous gank setup and can TP flank bot lane with her ultimate to get a free double kill whenever she wants. If you want a champion that you can spend a lot of time on and still look for ways to improve, then Riven is that champion for you. She's been a great champion for solo queue and will continue to be one in the future. Now last but not least, I actually have a tie for first place, and I know some of you wanted a definite first place answer, and here you go, it's Yasuo. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm a Yasuo main and he's been absolutely nerfed into the dirt the last 2 years. The real first place belongs to Katarina and Talon. Simply put, they are objectively strong in the meta right now and stat check most other assassins. Their roams are insane, their solo carrying ability is insane, and if they bait their teammates into bad fights, they can clean up and carry anyways. They do require more macro knowledge of the game, and you need to know when you can roam and when you can't, but the meta right now rewards a heavy roam and skirmish game script, so if you can do that on these champions, you're going to climb yourself out of any elo hell pit you've gotten yourself into. Let me know what your list is, and make sure to check out the Ticket to Diamond course in the description below and use code season11 for $35 off. As always, it's been Snowta. Good luck in solo queue, and I'll see you in the next video.